Hello and welcome to another Basketball Pantheon video. I'm Adam Johnson today, joined by
Austin Johnson,
our brother and a contributor to Basketball Pantheon. He's going to be doing a little bit more work for us. Haven't written about the last couple of games, had some stuff going on, and but we have watched them. So we wanted to talk about the two Game 3s of the conference finals. And we are also at halftime of Game 4 of the Rockets and Warriors, which is a 10-point game at the moment. The Rockets were killing Golden State earlier in the game. I think it was up by 25 at one point. Looks like, Warriors kind of got going. Klay Thompson was on fire in the second quarter. Steph Curry did go out.
Yeah, and then Klay just kind of took over,
injury, so hopefully he will come back. Even if he doesn't, 10 points is nothing for the Warriors. So
no.
We'll see what happens there. If something crazy happens, we'll add some write-up with this video. But I want to talk about the last couple games. So last night we had the wild one in Cleveland. Went to overtime.
Crazy game,
Yeah, LeBron James was, fantastic. What is the final line?
37,
yeah.
18,
and 13. Yeah. And what was the TNT thing?
no players had such numbers.
Yeah,
I don't even know who to compare it to.
Was the TNT tagline on his
unbelievable
little box score at the end of the game there. So that series has been really odd, and Atlanta kind of hasn't come to play at times. But there's like a few kind of talking points coming from that game.
Yeah.
And I guess the first and like the kind of most popular one is the Dellavedova Horford
dirty playing from
Dellavedova. Okay, so let's go through his three things real quick. So Dellavedova hit the leg lock on Taj Gibson,
which is
not cool. Yeah.
No.
Shouldn't do that in a basketball game. The dive and roll over on Kyle Korver that hurt his ankle, which he's now out for the series.
Yes, sucks, but
yeah,
Dellavedova's making a basketball play, I think.
Yeah, I'm not as I can see why someone would think that's dirty, but I don't.
I don't think so at all. And he said in the interview, he said it would have been a jump ball.
Yeah, if I just dive straight on it.
If I don't get it,
and don't roll like that.
And it happened so fast too. He got the ball out so quick. He only had the ball for 2-3 seconds.
Well, what's frustrating is they keep showing it in slow motion, and so it's like, oh man.
So you see how close Korver was to
But if you watch it full speed, he just dives and kind of covers to protect the ball. I don't know. It's whatever. I don't really.
Kind of weird.
And then the play last night, I really don't see an argument for it. He just is awkwardly falling backwards, and yes, falls into Horford's knee as it kind of rolls over it essentially. But what's he supposed to do? He literally has his back to him.
And he's a 6-foot point guard. Trying to protect the ball and the 7-foot center, and it was unfortunate.
And now Horford kind of does have him locked up a little bit as they're going backwards.
Yeah.
And so Horford, in the melee, Horford comes out and just gives him this kind of forearm
elbow. I don't know what I've never seen it before in a basketball game.
He does not make that much contact, but if he would have,
it could have been bad.
Yeah, he would have just leveled Dellavedova. So I thought the suspension was rightful. Ejection was right.
Yes,
he should not be suspended anymore.
No, it shouldn't go past that.
Today that they're not going to. So
that's
good. But that's kind of big talking point out of the way. Down the stretch, Cleveland kind of had control of the game, and then Atlanta kind of a weird little comeback where Cleveland just got a little too tentative and ended up being a really tight game down the stretch, and then eventually going to overtime. I thought Jeff Teague was really good last night.
Jeff Teague, that was one of his best games, I think, this postseason so far.
Yeah, finally, it seemed like this series with Kyrie hobbled and then not playing the last two games, you would think, okay, Jeff Teague,
he's going to take over.
Your opportunity. Hasn't done it. I got to give the Hawks credit, battling without Korver and without a hobbled DeMar Carroll, who kind of maybe re-injured his knee last night, and Horford getting ejected, and they still took the Cavs overtime in Cleveland.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Yeah,
not too bad. Last night was the first game where it looked like they really, really did miss Kyrie. The lack of creation.
Yeah. Oh, and LeBron clearly he's feeling the 40 plus minute games, and it'd be nice to have someone to just give the ball to at the top of the key and make a play. Right. And that's where they desperately need Kyrie Irving.
So that's, you hope that he can come back for sure for the finals.
I hope so, yeah.
Maybe they just keep resting him. Cleveland's going to win the series. It's obviously, they're 3-0 at this point, but I think they'd like to get it done in as many games, or just as few games as possible.
Yeah, so they can get that week, 8 days, 9-day break, whatever, before the finals start.
So who knows, for Kyrie and, whoever else is kind of ailing, which it seems like LeBron is, but... But awesome effort from LeBron. It was a phenomenal game. Started 0 for 10 in the first quarter. And it was one of those games where even the commentators were talking I like this version of LeBron where he's just kind of jacking up shots. And I actually don't like this. I like the version that has better teammates and is able to do the passing and get everyone involved. That's my favorite version of LeBron. But for what he has right now, I thought last night was fine.
Like, yeah, it's something he has to do as a player.
Yeah. There was some like individual moments where he settled, and I thought, could have got something better there. But when you're hobbled like he is, with a little bit of a back thing, a little bit of a knee thing, a little bit of an ankle thing, it's like that's gonna happen sometimes. It's like you can just go dunk every play.
No.
So. I don't know. Overall, I thought. He was fantastic.
The effort was all 100% there, and he said tonight. He doesn't admit a lot that he played, or not admit, but say with confidence, I gave everything I had, and he said that after the game last night, and it was true. He fell down, it's just cool to see.
That was kind of a cool image.
Yeah, he gave it. He's giving everything he has this postseason. He knows what it means to this Cleveland team.
Right, and in all likelihood, he may be leading them into a slaughter if Golden State's like fully healthy. But that's awesome. Like
that's
getting the Cavs to the finals, like that's huge.
Yeah.
Haven't been there, in 8 years since they last went in 2007. So even that alone would be a great accomplishment. Even if they do kind of go down in the finals. But we'll get to that, when that comes. But so I guess Houston and Golden State really isn't their game 3. There isn't a lot to talk about. Golden State just waxed Houston.
Golden State had one of the best games they've had ever this season. It summed up Steph Curry as a player this year.
Absolutely, dropping even 40.
I think Jay Adonde tweeted right after the game. He said Steph Curry summed up the season, makes a good team great.
Yeah,
and that's perfect. 40 points, just finding players like it's nothing.
7 of 9 from 3. It's like
and that crazy stuff that everybody's talking about, that 10 of 11 from the corner 3.
Yeah, left corner. Yeah,
he's a freak, and he has the most threes now of any single postseason. He's absolutely ridiculous this postseason.
Yeah. I saw Tom Haberstroh from ESPN.com. He was talking about how that left corner 3 this was has basically been a dunk. The same efficiency as a dunk.
That's
91%. That's like just absurd. That's a 3. And a couple of the ones he hit, like the one that got kind of batted out awkwardly, and he kind of saved, and then just
and then
was behind the
backboard.
Basically, it was, against New Orleans. Yeah,
he's been doing
retire. I guess game tire, but he's been absolutely phenomenal, and I'd love to see it continue. It's so fun to watch.
It's so entertaining.
He's just skipping around like he's in a park, just playing with friends, and it's the Western Conference Finals. So, pretty incredible stuff. So those 2 series. Going forward, it looks like if both series sweep, the NBA has talked about moving the finals up
from June 4th to
the 2nd.
To the 2nd. Okay,
so that would be Tuesday.
Which for a basketball fan is great.
Yeah,
I don't want to wait 9 days or whatever.
9 days is a lot because you're gonna get the hype and too much of it. It's gonna be like, okay, let's chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
6-7 days is like, okay, that's fine. We can deal with that. There usually is a little bit of a break till the finals.
Yeah, well, you kind of need a break before the finals. Yeah.
But it would be strange if both were sweeps. That would be kind of crazy. As
good of some of the first round and second round series were, that the 2 conference finals. It's overall it's strange.
It felt like the playoffs should be they should build as you go on.
Yes, yeah.
And that really hasn't happened. The peak was probably the Spurs Clippers.
Yes, it was. Yeah.
Well, probably. Yeah.
We're not being biased.
Oh no.
That's 100% true. Yeah.
Yeah. You see people talking about that on Twitter all the time. It's like, wow, that's we're not getting that series again. That was by far the best series.
One of the best playoff series we've seen in a while.
So we're lucky to get anything like that again. And certainly we're not going to get that in the conference finals, but
no.
Maybe we can up the finals. If Kyrie can come back, that's what we're
I'm hoping that's a good long 6 to 7 game series, but we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So whether it's in 4, 5, 6, whatever ends up happening, it's going to be the Warriors and Cavs. We'll bring you plenty of kind of preview stuff. We also are going to have a podcast coming out about our favorite finals memories. So about games that we specifically watched. So obviously, we're not going to talk about a game from 1979 because we weren't alive.
We're a part of it, really.
So either games that I've been to, a few finals games. There might be a couple games that I went to that I'll talk about, and then we'll talk maybe like a Jordan era, kind of late Jordan era one.
Yeah.
We're going to go through and kind of us two and Braden, the other guy obviously from Basketball Pantheon, are going to kind of pick about 3 each to talk about. So definitely be on the lookout for that. That'll just drop before the finals start, probably the day before the finals start. So definitely be looking for that. That will be a fun one. We have plenty of player stuff. We're in the midst of our draft. So people who've been following the site know we have all these lists where it's one of them is the greatest players of all time, and we've each written a few of those, and we have I think 6 players up so far. So we're drafting the rest of the list. Obviously, we know the list. This isn't all on the site, but we know what the list is. We're going to release it one at a time. So we're drafting which ones we want to write about right now, and that's been an awesome experience.
Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So so just like let's kind of go through a couple of like the last few picks. Like I have. Who's the last one?
I think y'all gave me the first pick, and I took Patrick Ewing.
Patrick Ewing, yeah.
And then let's see.
So obviously everyone's available except our top 10 we're saving because we're each going to do parts of that, and then the 6 that we've written. So there's like 130
and
players.
The 6 that we've written are not guys that we would like. Dave DeBusschere, Bob Love. Yeah,
it's not like big heavy hitters.
So basically, any NBA player you can think of, that's been relevant and very.
So I've got Elgin Baylor, who's like one of mine.
Yeah, you just grabbed Melo.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony is one of mine.
And then and what's been funny is like someone will draft someone and be like, oh crap. Like I wanted that guy.
Yeah.
Like I wanted that guy.
Yeah, Braden took Baron Davis one round before I wanted to, and it's killing me right now. But I've got Paul Pierce.
He took KG.
Yeah, Braden took Kevin Garnett. Yeah, I wanted that one too. But part of the reason I wanted that one, I want to give this guy a shout out. I read on it was SB Nation oral history of, or I'm sorry, it was Bleacher Report. It was Howard Beck of Bleacher Report, an oral history of Kevin Garnett, his whole career. And it was extremely long. It was awesome, just incredibly well written.
Such an interesting player.
We may provide a link for you guys, but yeah, it was a great read. And definitely like kind of doing that and then looking at some old videos of him, I was like, man, I want to do the Kevin Garnett one. And then Braden took him one round before. He's beat me twice too, you guys. But that's right. Yeah, so we're in the midst of that. So definitely be looking out for more of the players. And as with the finals, if there is a week-long break, we'll post a few of those. And then over the summer, there's going to be a bunch of stuff like that, just little mini lists that we're going to do. You guys will see a few of those. We're working on those. Maybe like best hairstyles. Like, things like that are just going to have like 10. And we talked about doing the best basketball documentaries and just things like that.
Stuff for NBA junkies who just
definitely
eat this stuff up, and that's what we're all about.
Yeah. So we got like a lot of kind of creative stuff going on over the summer that we'll cover. Obviously all the transactions and summer league and things like that. But so right now we're still focused on the finals and everything that goes with that. And just getting some more of those players up. So definitely be looking out for that. Again, look for that podcast about our favorite finals memories when that drops. But so signing off again, Adam Johnson.
Austin Johnson.
Yep. See you guys next time.